We've received some frequently asked questions regarding affordable home loans, which we are going to tackle in this video. The first one is, what does a fixed interest rate mean? Now, one of the key things to consider is that affordable home loans range anywhere from 9.5 to 9.9% interest rate per annum. So in this case, simply put, a fixed interest rate means that the interest rate that you sign up for will remain constant during the tenure of the loan. So let's say, for example, if your tenure is 15 or 20 years, that rent would change, so it will remain constant. And typically what happens is, so the repayments are done on a reducing balance. Then the second one is, do I have to pay for the processing fees, all the processing fees upfront? No, you don't. What you could do is you can negotiate for some of those costs to be bundled up with your monthly repayment. Now, granted, there are some costs that you will be required to pay upfront. For example, professional fees in relation to valuation and charging. So these ones, and that would range anywhere, let's say up to 150,000 during the application process. The third one is, can I get pre-approved if a property is under construction? Yes, you can, and it depends with the financier. So what would happen is some financiers ideally would, if they financed a development, then they are more than happy to extend financing to a client who's keen on purchasing a unit within that development. Others would say that they would need to wait until the development has a show house and there's been a considerable amount of progress made. Others would say that the unit has to be a completed one. So financiers vary, and if you work with us, then we'd be able to, get advise you on the right fit for you, depending on what stage you'll be coming in. The fourth one is the 9.5% to 9.9% interest rate for affordable mortgages fixed? Yes, they are fixed. And we answered that in the first part of the video. Then the fifth one is, what happens if I lose my source of income? Now, in this case, ideally, when it comes to loss of income, three things usually happen, or that can happen due to three reasons. The first one would be retrenchment. The second one would be you've been fired. And the third one would be you've resigned. But typically with resignation cases, what would happen, the ideal scenario typically tends to be you have a plan after that. So either you're moving into a better opportunity, or you already have your finances figured out. So in this case, whereby let's say if you've lost your job or your source of income as a result of retrenchment, your monthly repayments are usually have an insurance rider. So you'd be looking at a scenario whereby the insurance would now step in and cover your repayments up to 9 months, which it's estimated that within that timeline, you'd be, looking for another job or deriving ways of, just generating income so that you're also able to sustain your livelihood. And finally, the last question is, can I use the affordable home loan to buy an investment property? Now, the primary objective of the affordable home loans is to empower as many people as possible to own their first homes. So ideally, you're not supposed to use it as an investment tool. However, what you also need to consider is, in the event that you choose to buy a property, and then you can live there, you can live there for some time, and then as things progress, you can move out and acquire a second property, and you can rent this one out. We also need to consider that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and as soon as you get access to it, then you won't be able to apply for the subsequent home loans at the same interest rate. Also, the other thing we need to mention is the cap in terms of the amount that one can access. So that's 8 million Kenya shillings. Anything above that, you'd be required to now top up. Or if you require a home loan above 8 million Kenya shillings, that you'd have to procure a home loan that would be aligned with the market rates as far as interest is concerned. So that's it. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll be happy to answer them.